Good evening. Welcome to Pyjama Yoga, another yin session. Yin is just divine at any point of the day and really calming before we go to bed. So, we're going to start off lying down. We're going to stay lying down for the whole session. So, coming to be comfortable, and we'll start with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. Just take a moment just to find the back of your body. So just rolling the shoulders underneath you, maybe rolling the hands, rolling onto the palms, onto the backs of the hands. And maybe a little shake, a little turning of the head from left to right. Just allowing yourself to feel the back of your body. Just losing that front focus that we live our lives with. Just feeling into the back of the body. Feeling into the backs of the hips, and just see if you can create a little bit more space. A little bit more space for your spine, a little bit more connection with the ground. Maybe even lifting up the toes and then gently releasing them down into the ground. And just finding that still point. Allowing the eyes to close or the gaze to soften. And just coming into this moment, into your body. Aware of your breath. Just aware of now. When you're ready, we're going to gently bring your right knee in towards your chest and bring the hands either to rest interlaced over the shin or the back of the thigh. So see which feels most comfortable and where you can allow the shoulders to release into the ground. We want the back of the neck long, so make sure the chin isn't tucking up. So a nice long neck, heavy shoulders into the ground. And you might start to notice now with the knee into your chest how the hips become heavy and the lower back might release a little bit. So just feel this in your body and either stay with the left leg bent and that foot flat on the floor, or you might wish to extend your left leg out. But we let the feet relax and we allow the weight of the hands on your right leg to gently bring the weight into the leg and maybe a deeper stretch into the bum, into the hip. And we're just going to stay here. So yin yoga. Yin yoga is not about stretching the muscles so much. We're trying to release the muscular effort in yin. So we're working deeper within the body. We're working into the joints, into all of the ligaments and tendons that support the muscles and the joints. And we do this by holding the pose for a little bit longer than we would in a normal yoga class. So I'm going to invite you to scan your body and notice where you're holding tension. So if you start at the crown of your head and gently work your awareness down through your body. Notice if the shoulders are resisting the ground, see if you can let them go. See if the ribs are reaching up to the sky, see if you can soften them down to the ground. Softening the tummy and the lower back. And you might find as you do that this right thigh gently drops down a little bit more. And awareness into your hips. Whether you're holding tension in the hips, see if you can release something somewhere. Just watch your body and how it just starts to almost melt. When we reduce that effort and we reduce that need to keep trying. just allow the body to assume this shape. And once you've scanned the body, just begin to notice your breath. And if you really allow the tummy to soften, you might feel the breath in the tummy. You might feel it gently rising up to meet the thigh and softening down with each exhale. So we're just going to stay here for maybe another 4 breaths or so. See what you can let go of. And at the end of the next exhale, we're not going to rush out of this. We're going to come out really slowly. So feel the interlace of your fingers, the squeeze between the fingers, and gently start to ease them apart. Or slide them down off of the leg, down towards the ground. Try and keep the leg where it is, just for a moment. So relax the shoulders, the arms into the ground, and then really slowly bring your right foot back onto the floor, knee bent. And from there, it might feel nice to slide that leg out and just pause. And just feel into your right hip, your right butt cheek. Maybe down through that leg. Just notice your body. So just the effects of the practice. Like opening a door and just letting everything flow through. And then mindfully we'll bring the left knee in towards the chest. So either keeping the right leg out long or bending the knee. See what feels best for your body. And interlacing the hands so the fingers interlock. And either resting the hand on the shin or the back of the thigh. What feels best for you. But just welcoming a little bit of weight into the left side. And again, this scan of the body. Notice if you brought tension into the body by moving. So starting from the crown of the head and just scan your way down. Where can you bring some release? And notice your face as well. Just notice if you're holding tension over the forehead or the space between the eyebrows. And see if you can soften there and soften all around that area. Almost like a warm cascade of water washing over the face. Softening the sockets around the eyes, the cheeks. Deep into the eyes themselves. And allowing the jaw to soften, the throat. And you might notice as the jaw relaxes, the hip becomes a bit heavier. It releases a little bit more. And then finally, just watching the breath. Release the need to be doing anything. Just allow yourself to be in this shape. Trying to anchor the mind by focusing on the body, the breath. I'll just stay here for another 4 or so breaths. end of the next exhale. Feel the fingers, that contact between each finger. And then mindfully start to release that grip, wriggle the fingers apart and let the hands slide down like they're really heavy, down to the ground. Keep the knee lifted towards the chest. And then so slowly bring that foot down to the ground. Let it just rest a moment. Feel the weight of the leg and then gently slide that leg out long. And pause. See if you can turn your palms up to the ceiling. Maybe bring a little space between the feet. Allow the hips to be heavy into the ground. And take your awareness deep into the hips, into the hip crease, the top of the thigh, and just feel that after effect of releasing from that shape. And then when you're ready, we'll gently bring both feet to the floor, bending the knees. And we'll finish with a gentle twist. So we're going to take the arms out wide, either wide or cactus arms, so the palms face up, but we want the shoulders to be heavy. See if you can release your lower back towards the ground. Notice if it's arching up. So a little wriggle of the hips. And then have the feet about hip distance apart, or just take the knees over towards the right side. And letting them be heavy. And if they don't quite reach the ground, bring a cushion, pad underneath that bottom knee, or maybe pad between the knees. See what feels best for you. Making those small adjustments that lets the body be heavy. So we want the shoulders to be heavy, the chest to be open, and a weight to descend down through the tummy, through the hips. Just observing the body, observing the breath, and trying to release all effort. Just allow the shape to be in your body. If you wish, you can turn your head to the left. But taking that scan of the face again, see if you can soften into the face. And staying here for another 4 breaths or so. After your next exhale, let the head come back first. And then lift up the top knee really slowly. And lift up the bottom knee. Bring both feet down to the ground. Knees stay bent. Just reposition the hips, the shoulders, so the spine is straight. Just feeling that movement into the body. And when you're ready, take the knees over to the left side. Using cushions if you need to, padding through so that you can let go of all effort. Just allow the body to be weighted, the shoulders to be heavy into the ground, the ribs softening, and maybe turning your head to the right. Taking that scan through the body, just releasing all effort. No need to try, no need to force. Watching the breath. And just these final 4 breaths. And at the end of the next exhale, slowly roll back onto the center of the head. And then lift that top knee, bring the foot to the floor. And lift the bottom knee, bring that foot to the floor. Slide both legs out long and bring the hands down by the side of the hips, a little bit away from the body, palms up. Notice the body now, noticing your breath. And gently bring your left hand onto your heart, the right hand to your tummy. Just feel the weight of the hands on the body, the movement of breath underneath the hands. And this is where we'll finish our practice. This awareness of your breath, maybe the touch of your heart beating underneath the left hand, feeling the ground underneath your body. Thank you so much. Namaste.